Okay, this is the time to check in with the market once again, and all the news and around the earnings just coming through. A number of board meetings still been held to wrap up the third quarter. This is that season if you're in the marketplace. Temple Ashaju is back for us at the stock exchange. I'm sure GT Bank numbers is one big story that everyone is talking about this morning. Temple, roll this over.
So yes, it's one major story moving the market as we speak right now. Investors have, of course, got some interest in that particular company as we speak. You know that yesterday the earnings came in with an impressive top line by 16% growth, and of course some 11% growth in terms of the bottom line. Now, this is quite impressive for that company, the Tier 1 bank tradable on this stock exchange. We saw the gross earnings for the period at 110.59 billion naira. That's some 16% growth, as I said, in terms of the top line. We've also seen that the interest income basically decline by some 7% in terms of quarterly analysis now. However, there's a bit of uptick in the fixed income yields, 13.25%, but that is yet to impact the GT Bank in terms of the performance record. The interest earned on investment securities was also down by 6%. All of this downside that the company recorded for this period, Q3 2018, didn't really impact on the top line and the profits for the period, which is the bottom line that investors are really concerned about. Yeah, we also know that Nigerian Breweries has announced a bit of meeting now for next week Thursday, that's 25th of October. It's in line with a proposal for dividends. That's what the notice to the Nigerian Stock Exchange says, that it's to consider the interim dividend that will be declared for the periods in consideration. We know that before Lafarge also released its own earnings, there was an urgent meeting that was called for, an urgent meeting of the board of directors, and it was post that meeting that the earnings for Lafarge came out. So we're going to be seeing more of such meetings coming up. It's not something that should bother investors. It's not it's nothing for investors to panic about. A third of the story that we are hearing here on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange is that Seplat has issued a statement regarding a litigation about its chairman, Mr. Ambrose Ojiako, who is the chairman of Seplat now, in relation to $114 billion a suit that concerns Sheda oil and gas production, as well as Allen Limited. Seplat is saying that its chairman is not involved, and that as the matters regarding this litigation unfolds, that it will continue to inform the public. So it is clearing the air right now, so investors don't get panic, because yesterday, the day before, we saw that Seplat's share price actually dipped some 10% from 620 naira to 630 naira. So that's a space that investors, retail or corporate, as well as the pension and pension fund administrators need to continue to watch as we speak now, Bosun.
There's quite a lot of story to chew today. Temple will have the whole day at the floor. Thank you. But of course, the GT earnings is still a big story, a big elephant in the room. Of course, UBA was just about a day earlier. So we're still, the earnings season, we're getting the best of it. Thank you very much, Temple Ashaju, our business correspondent live from the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Tomorrow, the Nigerian Stock Exchange will have that focused interaction with data users, analysts, and market operators, including quoted companies who will be looking at the importance of market data in making investment decisions, execution, whatever you want. Talk about it. It's going to be there tomorrow. Don't forget that. Keep that on your calendar. We'll see you tomorrow, same time. Goodbye from Lagos.